You watching Srikanth Ideal Chemistry. So in this video we are discussing about hyperconjugation. So this is the last effect in the electron displacement effect. So the concept of hyperconjugation was proposed by Becker and Nathan. It was proposed by Becker and Nathan. So hyperconjugation. So hyperconjugation is a delocalization of CH electrons, CH bond, CH sigma bond electrons with respect to a multiple bond or carbocation or carbanion or free radicals is known as a hyperconjugation. Once again, this is the definition of hyperconjugation: delocalization of CH electrons with respect to a multiple bond or carbocation or carbanion or free radical is known as a hyperconjugation. It is delocalization of CH electrons with respect to a multiple bond or carbocation or carbanion or free radical is known as hyperconjugation. Is known as a hyperconjugation. Is known as a hyperconjugation. So for the hyperconjugation, hyperconjugation is a permanent effect, and it is also known as a no bond resonance, because no bond between alpha carbon atom and hydrogen atom. So it is permanent effect. It is permanent effect, and also known as, it is also known as no bond resonance, because no bond between alpha carbon and hydrogen atoms. So and then the hyperconjugation can be classified into different types. Here hyperconjugation can be possible in different ways. So now we're discussing about types of hyperconjugation. Types of hyperconjugation or possibilities of hyperconjugation. In the definition, we just say delocalization of CH electrons with respect to multiple bond or positive carbocation or carbanion or free radical. So we will discuss one by one. So first one is the hyperconjugation between sigma electrons of CH bond and positive charge. So first category is hyperconjugation between sigma electrons of CH bond and positive charge, I mean carbocation, that means. So generally these type of hyperconjugation we observed in alkyl carbocation. It observed in alkyl carbocation. So if we take some example for this category, CH3, CH plus, CH3, CH3 plus, CH3, C, CH3, CH3 plus. So if you see so this is the alpha carbon, and these two are the alpha carbons, and these are the alpha carbons. the carbons assigned to the near to the next carbon of positive charged carbon or negative charged carbon or odd electron carbon we call as alpha carbon, or the carbon which is attached to the carbon having multiple bond, also alpha carbon. So these alpha carbon and the hydrogen atoms present on the alpha carbon we call as alpha hydrogen atoms. So which structure having which compound having more number of alpha hydrogen atoms, it can show the more number of hyperconjugate structures. So here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are present. Here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, totally 6 alpha hydrogen atoms are present. So here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, total 9 alpha hydrogen atoms are present. So in the third structure we have more number of alpha hydrogen atoms. So third structure is most stable than second structure, and second structure is more stable than first structure due to possibility of more number of hyperconjugation structures. Okay, so this is the first type of first possibility of hyperconjugation. Next, hyperconjugation between sigma electrons of CH bond and type is pi bond. Hyperconjugation between sigma electrons of CH bond and pi bond. So here also I just give the 3 examples, and this type of for this category I just give the 3 examples: CH3, CH double bond CH2, then CH3, CH, CH3, CH double bond CH2, and CH3, C, CH3, CH3, CH double bond CH2. So here the carbon attached to the double bonded carbon we call as alpha carbon. So here this is alpha carbon. Here this carbon is alpha carbon. Why? Because it is attached to the double bonded carbon. So here this is alpha carbon. So on this alpha carbon we have 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. Here we have 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. At this alpha carbon we have 1 alpha hydrogen atom. At this alpha carbon we have 0 alpha hydrogen atoms. So based on this first structure having more number of alpha hydrogen atoms, so it is more stable than second one, and second one is more stable than a third one. So like this we can explain the hyperconjugation. And next type of hyperconjugation can be possible between sigma electrons of CH bond and free radicals. So next category is hyperconjugation between sigma electrons of CH bond and free radicals. So for this category also I just give one example: CH3, CH2. Here star mark is indication of free electrons or odd electron. CH3, CH, CH3. This is just similar to the carbocation. CH3, CH3. So these carbons are alpha carbon atoms, and the hydrogens present on this alpha carbon we call as alpha hydrogen atoms. Here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. Totally 6 alpha hydrogen atoms present in this structure. Here 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. Totally we have 9 alpha hydrogen atoms at this structure. So in the third structure we have more number of alpha hydrogen atoms. So third structure is more hyper stable than second one, and second one is more stable than first one due to more number of hyperconjugated structures. Okay, and next is we discussing about plus H effect. What is plus H effect? Or we call as positive hyperconjugation. Plus H effect or positive hyperconjugation. So this type of hyperconjugation shows by the alkyl group in electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. It shows by alkyl group in electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. So for this plus H effect, I just explained with one example. So you just listen carefully for this category. Here I just take the toluene as an example. If you take the structure of toluene, so a benzene ring consists of one methyl group. So the methyl group having 3 hydrogen atoms. So this is the structure of toluene. So based on the hyperconjugation, we need to displace the sigma electrons. For example, so these sigma electrons are shifting as a pi electrons towards here, and these pi electrons are shifting towards here as a lone pair electrons, resulting we get the structure like so. This is no bond resonance. So there is no bond between alpha hydrogen and alpha carbon atom. So after that, here again these lone pair electrons are shifting as a pi electrons towards here, and these pi electrons are shifting towards this carbon as a lone pair electrons. We get the next resonating structure. Okay, after that again these lone pair electrons are shifting towards to this carbon, and these pi electrons are shifting towards to this carbon as a lone pair electrons. So resulting we get the structure like this. After that again these lone pair electrons are shifting as a pi electrons towards here, and these pi electrons are shifting towards here as a sigma electrons. So resulting structure we get so like this. It can be shows the hyperconjugation. So same type of hyperconjugation or resonating structures can be possible with these two hydrogens. Now I just show with this hydrogen. We can show with again same pattern in these two hydrogen also. So this is about plus H effect. And next one in this last one is in the types of hyperconjugation, minus H effect or negative hyperconjugation or reverse hyperconjugation. So the reverse hyperconjugation or negative hyperconjugation is shown by the alpha haloalkenes or alpha halo aromatic substances. We will see. Okay, here we are discussing about minus H effect. So what is minus H effect? The minus effect is shown by the alpha haloalkenes due to delocalization of electrons towards halogen group through the hyperconjugation, and this process is known as a reverse hyperconjugation or a minus H effect. So it shows by alpha haloalkenes. Here sigma electrons of bond moves towards halogen group through hyperconjugation known as reverse hyperconjugation or minus H effect. So for this I just give some examples. So first one is so this is the given structure. So in this structure here the pi electrons are shifting towards here as a pi electrons, and these sigma electrons are shifting towards the chlorine as a lone pair electrons. So resulting structure we get this is one structure. and we can show with these two chlorines also. Suppose these sigma electrons are shifting towards to this chlorine, we get the structure like, okay. For example, these sigma electrons are shifting towards this chlorine, resulting we get these are the possible structures for reverse hyperconjugation. So I just give one more example. With this I just close the minus H effect. So I just take the tetrahalomethylbenzene or toluene. So tetrahalomethylbenzene or toluene. So when these pi electrons are shifting towards as a pi electrons, and these sigma electrons are shifting towards the any one of three halogens as a lone pair electrons. So resulting structure we get. So here these carbon can lose the electrons, so we get the positive charge. So here we get double bond X, and these X get the minus charge. So if this positive charge can be located, so if these pi electrons are shifting towards to here as a lone pi electrons, and these positive charge shifting towards to this carbon, then we get the second structure. This is second structure. After again these pi electrons shifting towards here and these positive charge shifting towards to this carbon, we get third structure. It will be present like, okay. After that these pi electrons are shifting towards here as a pi electrons, and these lone pi electrons are shifting towards here as a sigma electrons. So we get the final structure like, so this is the structure structures possible by the by reverse hyperconjugation. So same structures we can show with these two halogen atoms also. Okay, so this is about minus H effect. Okay students, in the next video we are discussing about applications of hyperconjugation. Okay students, if you like my concept, please subscribe to my channel, please like and share my videos. Thank you.